All right. So Beckett did this video on Just a Robot, and it goes into all of the things that Just a Robot has done. It gives like a nice timeline, like a nice little setup and summary of everything that he's done, and it goes into like detail of like the VidCon stuff that he's done, and I really do not like. See you later again. Have a good one. You have a good one too, Teddy. Good to see you again. I'm glad you keep checking in. Love you, Teddy. All right. So the VidCon, I really do not like what happened at VidCon with the art commentary girls. I really don't like that. Even with Ponder, like, I don't really have like I haven't really interacted with Ponder. Actually, I never interacted with Ponder. Let me backtrack that. Never interacted with Ponder at all. But I don't have a really good perception of Ponder. Well, actually, no. My perception of Ponder is, my perception of Ponder has been, she's been high energy with actually, no. I have been very high energy with her in my coverage because I did not like the way that I was perceiving her in some of the Lio Convoy calls. Although like when she was in the Rosa-Mae Ramsey call, she stepped in and was just like, hey guys, this ain't right. And it's good that she was like that. I think I may have misunderstood Ponder, and I think I kind of like need to learn Ponder before I like make judgments on her. And I think I kind of misjudged Ponder in a way. And maybe I kind of need to watch like her content and like see what she's like as a content creator before I make any like calls on her. So maybe I made a mistake with making any kind of Ponder calls. Ponder has taken L's recently. I don't think she has. I don't know what specific L's that she's taken. I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe I was too quick to jump down Ponder's like, I don't know, back and like kind of lump Ponder with Lio and everybody else in Senate. So maybe I was kind of just like real quick to make like a judgment call on that. Maybe I kind of just like need to observe Ponder before I make a call on that. Ponder does have some conditions that make her severe Ponder does have some conditions that make her have some severe loss. So her judgment can be affected by that. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. But I will acknowledge that I made like what's it called? A preconceived notion? Is that the word? I had a preconceived notion. Yeah, a preconceived notion about them, and maybe I think I jumped too soon about my thoughts on them. I think I'm going to start watching Ponder content to see what they're like. Just to see.
That's why I hate ArtCC people. They're insanely backstabby.
But what does Jar mean by this? What situations has he been in that he just assumes everyone is out to stab him in the back? Well, this is most probably one of those cases where you just assume that others are going to do to you what you will do to them. Because if anybody is a backstabbing bitch, it's Jar. He's very willing to sort of like put the knife in and twist it. And from what I hear, it's because like he'll hold a grudge for like 5 years, 10 years, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, let's say somehow his Sliggens like affiliation alliance succeeded. Let's say the video goes.
So like, I don't even consider Toastify like, oh, let me move my head or skull head. Sorry, guys. I don't consider Toastify like art commentary, so I'm a little bit surprised that he's art commentary, but I guess he is. I thought he was just regular commentary.
goes off amazingly. Everyone's like, let's go, this is amazing. It's pretty likely that sometime in the future, when they have a falling out, just a robot would forget all of that and then completely turn on his previous position just to go at SonyLox for whatever reason. Like that's what that seems to be like what he's done, and everyone just kind of skirt past it because everyone just thinks like, oh, he's just got the right opinion. Like it's fine.
The video we're currently watching clips from is his one on Hope.
He talks about it, so he technically is. Okay, I guess.
Plus Peaches. And like many other dramas in the past, the minute Jar has an opportunity to take a shot at somebody, regardless on what terms
I like Toastify. Toastify is like, his editing is so impeccable. Like, I wish I could get Toastify levels of editing.
he is on with them, he will take it. Which makes this next bit incredibly ironic.
It doesn't matter how many times you shout them out, defend them in a drama, or anything else. To them, you're just another potential target for them to make a video on.
So I, unfortunately, had the displeasure of going through your Susie video today, because I had it beforehand. Because I've had people tell me it was in there, and I wanted to make sure I knew. So I'm going to tell you what I saw in that video, Jar. I saw you dancing on the grave of somebody who, with the exception of voicing in a video, which you and her resolved between yourselves, dancing on the grave of somebody who'd been nothing but kind to you.
Jar will say that the accusations against him have been long debunked. And while we'll look into why he's been able to make that claim, there's one particular accusation that I really want to hone in on because it deserves some analysis.
Then to everybody in the ArtCC, guys, if your allegations about me being racist haven't worked the first 50 times, then they're not going to work this time. Like seriously, I have been called racist by the ArtCC for doing an accent. At this point, things are just getting petty.
At the risk of making Jar sound dangerously based, let's just say the racism accusations are more than just doing some voices. Now, while I don't personally care, I think that there is more than enough here that if you wanted to make that accusation, it is a reasonable one to make, and Jar getting so upset about it is absolutely insane.
The only time I remember him saying it was when he said, say, but even then that was to make fun of a white girl. Oh, so you're—
Wait, he said the N-word? No way. Jar said the N-word in a video? What?
thumbnail maker is either a racist white person or a according to you. I decided to reveal my true colors. I, just a robot, am in fact black.
Just to be clear, this goofy motherfucker is like the whitest person I have ever seen. And let's not forget about the outro song to this dude's old videos.
My eyes have seen the glory of the cleansing of YouTube, debunking SJWs and feminazis too. We criticize reactionists in hopes they get the boot. Just a robot marches
Feminazis? Like, I don't like that.
on.
And before you say, hey Beckett, that's just the Battle Hymn of the Republic, what are you talking about, bro? It was noted by several sources that this rendition bears a striking similarity to the rendition in American History X.
Jew by Jew by Jew, the white man marches on.
He was begging for me to explain how
Julie!
calling a black woman an ugly little black thing is racist.
Oh my God.
Wait, is that what he actually...
What? Why? Why? Like, oh my God. If you need this explained to you, then you probably shouldn't be on the internet. Like, yikes.
actually said? Because I've never heard the racism accusations.
He did. It's bad. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, he called Omni a stupid black woman for them having a disagreement. He then went on to he had made a video on something about race bending because he always has beef with like black characters in anime. But you know what? You can have your own opinion, even though it's sus in my opinion. But anyway, in that video, he called Michelle Obama a man and like
What?
had like some
Bye, anarchists.
racist memes in there. Yeah, and then he's like, straight up, he just likes to say the N-word and just like say crazy things. But he says that it's because he has apparently his black roommate doesn't mind it, so...
And it's not even racism against black people.
I've
Like,
got a black friend.
literally.
Yeah, he actually made a video. He said, I asked my black friend, that is his roommate, Professor Dreadlock. He said it's fine. So like, he wasn't mad about it.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
God. And he did a video where he said that Asian people speak English.
Yeah,
good.
he
Send
also
me all
said
of it.
something
Is it-
about Jewish people.
A lot of the people who work directly under Larry Fink
All right, so I saw this video about Jewish people, and this was like teetering on anti-Semitism, and I did not like this video. I ignored it. I was just like, I don't even want to touch this because if I look at this video, I'm going to sound very soy. And I did not like this video at all.
We're Jewish, up to the point that a lot of people who worked in the company called his desk, quote, Little Israel. And this is why some people have accused me of asking the Jewish question.
Now, nothing I'm presenting here is particularly new. Jar's been dealing with these accusations.
Why are you... I nope, I have so many questions right now, but I'm just going to ignore them.
For years now. And they are, to be fair, very much a product of the environment in which he used to exist. The issue lies in the fact that
I did not like that. I did not like that video. I just know I did not like that video at all. As a Jewish person, I did not like that video.
Such a whiny bitch about them anytime they're brought up. Now, I want to be fair, but it's very difficult to paint a picture of a guy I've never even spoken to, which, let's be honest, only left me with one option. I'm interested as to why this bothers you so much, because, you know, I think those of us who've been around a while all have sort of our edgier elements.
You actually talked about that in the video you did with Akumu. You did, remember? I remember.
Yeah. I think I've mentioned some things along those lines. And it's interesting watching your reaction to that.
I know. The reason why I think I had such a visceral reaction before the SonyLox stuff, that was the closest I have ever come to being canceled. Prismate Luke talked about it, Thuman, Kai, and a bunch of other people were going to talk about it, but I apologized very early on. And then it kind of went away, but people kept on bringing it up. And it's kind of become a meme, in a way. It's, like, I even brought it up in my SonyLox video, like, come on, you don't even think I'm racist? Boo! Like, it's kind of become a meme. I've kind of accepted it, but when it first happened, my biggest connection with another YouTuber was Kuro the artist. And Prismate Luke painted me incredibly uncharitably. Like, he claimed that my roommate's avatar, he wasn't my roommate at the time, but now he is, but my roommate's avatar, Professor Dreadlock, was a quote-unquote blackface version of me, even though the only thing they have in common is it's in the same art style.
Okay. I don't think I've...
He literally just, like, dodged the whole question in general and just, like, went off topic.
Seen that image? I've only seen the one where you've got sort of your robot character properly sort of race swapped in your video where you're talking about, I believe, Sean King and some of the stuff that's happening around black identitarian politics.
Yes, that's another. I don't personally think that was blackface, but what happened there is the artist who did my original avatar drew that picture of me because that's how she assumed I looked in real life. And if you've seen any leaked pictures of me, you know I don't look a thing like that.
I am aware of the leaked pictures. I will say I know that your sort of face isn't out there. So if any like image of you is used, it will be blurred. So I'm not sort of face revealing you. But I know those images are sort of pretty widely shared around. I think I've seen them on Twitter as well at this.
I just hate that everybody uses the lowest res image of me. I'm like, there's literally every image.
Beckett, you used a picture of him.
Of me that I leaked. It was higher quality than that one, but everybody loves to use the one where I'm in low resolution for some reason.
I think it's the Superman shirt, mate. I'm going to be honest with you. Then that has a lot to do with it.
It is a Superman shirt.
I think it's embarrassing to admit that I'm wearing a Superman shirt right now.
Oh my god.
Fair enough. But okay, I think that sort of clears up that question. No,
was it blurred? I don't think it was blurred.
Actually, no, sorry, I had one other thing.
Was it blurred? Whatever, I can't find it. I'll believe you. It was blurred.
The song you use at the end of your videos, the Battle Hymn of the Republic that you had for the way those videos ended. I heard through one of the people I spoke to, in fact several of the people I spoke to, that it bears a striking similarity to American History X. I sort of just wanted to ask whether that in any way was an inspiration, because the wording has similarities to that particular song in ways that it doesn't have to the original hymn.
Oh, no, that's perfectly understandable, and that is accurate. I heard the song growing up, Glory, Glory, Hallelujah. Then I watched a movie, American History X, while I was actually creating my channel, and I thought, when I heard that racist rendition of it, I thought, oh, I'm going to make my own rendition of this song. Like, it's a...
Like, why? Why would you make a song off of that song? Like, why? That's like making the rendition off of, like, no, like, just not a good optics move. Like, what were you thinking? Why?
A rendition of a rendition, and one of my friends, who's not my friend anymore, helped me come up with the lyrics. And yeah, that's where the song came from. By the way, highly recommend the movie American History X. My one problem is when the white nationalist guy is shooting, that gun had way too much ammo for a pistol.
As a final element of this section, I'd just like to hone in on the element of Jar making apologies, because in this regard, it can be difficult to take them at face value.
Going to help me with my apology video. That's going to be on me, and I'm...
Jar, here's the problem.
Yeah?
Your apology video, it's not going to have any value to it. And the reason why it's not going to have any value to it because you have gone on record before saying you will revoke apologies.
Like, I'm looping, but literally, who cares if he makes the apology video? Who cares? Let him make it. Let him post it. Who fucking cares?
That's...
Well, no. Well, I haven't revoked all of them, but like...
And here lies a problem with a lot of the stuff with Jar. The dude has no spine and no conviction. However, I do have to thank Jar for one thing, because if I continue playing the clip that set up the racism segment, it brings us nicely onto our next section.
Try calling me sexist next time. At least there's plenty of evidence for that allegation.
During the latter half of his conversation with Chud Logic, FPS Diesel would make an appearance and drop an unexpected bombshell.
Right, what is this?
Yo, you're all good. You can finish it up tomorrow, in fact. Yeah. What a cute little pussy.
Now this raises an...
This is just like, why? Why are you... Like, I get that, like... I get that you're neurodivergent, but when you are a YouTuber with that many subscribers, you should probably take things professionally. Okay? Very professionally. It's just me. Like, I'm just perplexed as to why this would happen. And the reason why I'm perplexed as to why that would happen is because I'm an operations manufacturing manager. When you are making something, or when you are producing something or manufacturing something and you're trying to make money, why would you not take it seriously? And why would you not act professionally? Like, I'm just perplexed. Why would you think it's okay to, like, talk to an editor like that, artists like that? Why would you think it's okay to talk to anyone like that behind the scenes? A researcher like that? It's just, that's insane. Just like, can you just, like, just moving forward, like, just moving forward, just act professionally, please.
An interesting question. Is this an outlier, or does Jar have some sort of well-known history in relation to his odd behavior towards women?
I mean, look, I told you in DMs before, you throw a rock at a woman in this community.
Like, I'm not saying act professionally. If you are a YouTube creator and you have as many subscribers as Just a Robot does, you should be acting professionally with anybody in DMs, out of DMs, just act professionally, okay?
They'll tell you a story about Jar. It's like an instinctive reaction.
And that's not an understatement. Basically, every woman I've spoken to has a story. And in some cases, people have heard about this project and are just sending me their DMs with Jar.
So this DM is, if you, just a robot, if you're under 20, don't hit on me. And if you want me to help out with the drama, I have too much on my plate at the moment. Then this person says, oh, I didn't friend you for that, XD. I promise. I'm not like that. I friended you because you're also a friend of Harley's and I've spoken to you a couple of times. You seem cool. Oh, I see. Yee, it's all good. Like, what is this? If you're under 20, don't hit on me. Why are you starting off the conversation like that? Bye, Hornetbot. Why are you starting off the conversation like that? If you're under 20, don't hit on me. Bro, nobody's gonna fucking hit on you, okay? Nobody would touch your ass with the 10-foot pole. Newsflash. Nobody would fucking touch your ass with the fucking 10-foot pole. Okay, buddy? Okay, buddy? Do you capiche? Nobody would fucking touch your ass. God damn. Talk about, like, not knowing the situation here. If you're younger than 20, don't hit on me. Bro. Nobody wants you, dude. Like, this guy is fucking nutso. Maron.
Now I'm going to level with you. I want to limit this to the conversations I've actually had with people who have platforms, because it's quite easy in situations like this for people to come out with accusations which are later shown to be false. That being said, we are going
Yeah, TCR.
to start with Jar's former artist, given that they're a bit of a ground zero for this being discussed. You worked with Jar as his artist.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me some of the interaction?
Oh, brother. Yeah. Also, hello, I see you. I don't think I've seen you before. Hello, welcome.
You had with Jar?
How do you say your name? Meta. I'm just going to call you Meta, okay? Hello, Meta. Never underestimate human depravity or stupidity, in my honest opinion. Yeah. What's with TCR again? I'm really mad at him. Really mad at him.
Yeah, well, most of it on my side was just like super professional and like
Metataxia. Okay, thank you. Thank you for helping me.
You know, like it started out really, really professional and simple, like any kind of client relationship you would expect.
Decadent Gamer says, probably wasn't that bad, but still, yeah.
But after, I'd have to check the date, but after like not too long, he started to want to VC with me. So he asked me to VC him. If this was the first time he ever asked me, and I was like, oh, yeah, I can totally. Oh, that was a response to something else. I basically was like, I can probably VC in a little bit. And this was the first time I thought, oh, maybe I'll humor him. I mean, maybe he's a nice guy. Maybe I'll VC him. I don't know, because usually I think it's like a client thing. Like maybe he wants to talk about art, but I realized that maybe he just wanted to chat as friends or something. I don't know. I didn't know him at all.
It's giving me ick. Totally. It really is giving me ick too.
And so he was like, awesome. Just so you know, sometimes I say off the cuff shit, lol. And I responded with, don't even sweat it. I'm the same way. I only censor myself.
Is everyone going live at the same time? Who else is live?
If the other person isn't into the more edgy humor I'm into. And then he said, this is the weird part. He said, okay, cool. I just don't want to lose another person who is so useful.
Okay.
Yeah, these conversations were weird. When he said that, I was like, okay.
Now recording.
No worries. And then I disappeared, never VC'd him. And then I got another message saying, are we not VCing? And I had told him that I accidentally fell asleep, which was probably bullshit. I just didn't want to VC him, but you know.
While requests to just jump into a voice call aren't unique to Jar within the ACC, he has certainly garnered a reputation for being a little bit weird about the whole thing, even amongst that crowd. You all know me. I'd love to do the whole kind of concerned, I think this is a really serious problem. It's also just fucking hilarious.
You said this to me before, that basically my surprise was surprising, because I kind of forget not everyone is just kind of used to it. Jar asking about women's pussies is nothing new. He did it all the time when we would VC, like, oh god, back when Peaches was still around. He used to ask us all sorts of inappropriate shit. And
that's not normal, guys. That's not normal. Asking about vaginas is not normal. Let's not normalize that. If a guy comes to you and is like, hey, what is your vagina like? Like, okay, girls. A word of advice from a very strong, opinionated Italian woman. Let me tell you, if a guy comes up to you and says, what is your vagina like? If it's said in DMs, take a snippet, laugh at it, and post it on Twitter, okay? And say, haha, look at this gooner, okay? Make fun of that person, okay? Make fun of them. Because in a second, they would be turning around and being like, oh my God, look at this slut. Oh, look at this slut. So you turn the tables against them, turn the tables around against them and be like, look at this fucking gooner. This fucking freak came into my DMs and asked about my vagina. Look at this freak. What a fucking weirdo. Do that shit, okay? They would be calling you a slut. Let's call them gooners, okay? Let's call them gooners. Let's do it. Do it. But in all seriousness, that's not normal. If a person, name and shame them, okay? Name and shame them. I'm all for women's empowerment. Name them and shame them. But in all seriousness, if there is a particular guy that is floating around Discord that is just going up to random girls and being like, hey, what is vagina like? That's not normal. And it should be called out. And you should shut it down. And if you're not the one to shut it down, go to a very strong, opinionated person and say, this person is doing this thing. This is not okay. Okay?
And people kind of just rolled their eyes, and it was like, it's just Jar. He's too stupid to be a problem. So, like, just roll with the punches. I mean,
no, don't roll with the punches. Call it out. Get together. Get together as a group of women. Get together as a group of women and be like, stop. What is wrong with you? That's not normal. Stop that. And Jar, if you are listening, you're a freak. What are you doing, buddy? You're a freak. You're a degenerate. You should stop asking about vagina in Discord. You ask me that question, I'd be like, you're a fucking freak. What are you doing?
I mean, look, Jar crying to get in VCs with people is...
Abby Blackbird says rape, rape, rape. Yes. Do the rape whistle. Do the Discord rape whistle. Do it. Do it.
really common. The cock joke is really common.
What do you mean
asking about?
What do you mean by crying to get into VCs with people?
My first ever interaction with Jar, the first time he ever DM'd me, he was like, "Hey, can you get into VC? I'm really sad and want to talk to someone." And I was like, "What?"
What?
I'm like, so.
Like, I'm really sad. I want to talk to someone. You want to know what I would tell them? Go cry on a pillow, you weakling. I'm not your mommy. Go cry to your mommy. Go call your mom.
And of course, this was.
You want to know if Flatley ever came to me? If Flatley ever came to me and was like, Leah, I'm sad. I want to cry in Discord with you. I would laugh. I would be like, oh, oh my God, I'm so mean. I'm mean. I'm so mean. But if Flatley ever came to me and was like, hey, I'm sad. Can I cry with you in Discord? I would be like, you're fucking weird. Go cry to your wife, dude.
God, how many years ago was this now? I had forgotten about this exchange.
But if I did that, like if I ever went to Flatley and was like, hey, Flatley, can I cry to you in Discord? Flatley would be like, go cry on your pillow. Flatley would equally laugh at me too. Flatley would be like, what the frick is wrong with you? You are soy, Leah. Grow a pair. Honestly, crying to my mom or a trusted person when no one is around or when no one is available is better than going to random people and saying something like Jar did. Yeah, very true, Metataxia. I honestly, when I'm upset, I go and talk to my little sister. My little sister and I are so close. We're so close. We talk all the time. We talk every day, all day, every day. We work in the same building at work, and we'll go and have lunch together. We go and talk about things. So I go and talk to my sister about stuff.
Remember, I just saw it because I went back into my DMs to find the other stuff.
And this is also mentioned in the conversations I had with long-standing member of the community, Sunny. But what we need is almost a case study of a particular instance where Jar's behavior is fully on display. Fortunately, one exists. Let's talk about Vidcon. Now, to provide you a bit of forewarning, the stories I'm about to tell you about Vidcon 2023 are quite autistic. Allow me, though, to set the scene for you. A few days prior to the event, Jar would release a thumbnail for his upcoming Spoctor video, which included a reference to EDP. Even with the allegations against Spoctor, some people felt this went a bit far. One of whom was Mally.
I had seen that, and I replied to his thumbnail thing on Twitter being like, hey, this is fucking dumb. Don't imply someone is, as bad as EDP when they're not.
The fallout from this thumbnail was actually pretty significant, and it's become its own little bit of Jar lore within the art commentary community. It actually even ended his friendship with another creator who goes by Harley. But personally, I think the far more interesting story is the fallout that occurred during VidCon. It seems that Jar was very keen to meet up with other creators and have a conversation during the convention, with Mally bearing the brunt of his attentions. The DMs she would receive over the next couple of days are incredibly fucking weird. I don't want
Portabella says, Leah, you dropping a ball about VidCon before all this came out was crazy. Yeah, but I feel bad about talking about VidCon because that VidCon stuff wasn't public. It wasn't public, and it only came out because Leigha opened his big fat mouth and made it public. So what happened was Leigha opened his mouth and talked about it in like an interview, right? I don't know what particular interview. Kumo got word of it, and then Kumo talked about it on Himpleton's stream while I was there, and then I went and talked about it on my stream. Honestly, that's fair. Yeah, thank you. I do feel bad, like, because then like now Ponder's like forced to talk about it, and it's just like I feel bad for Ponder that she's like forced to talk about it. I work in the same building as my older sister too. I got her a job actually. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I love working with my sister.
I want to read them in full, but I will give you a solid summary. Jar begins by making it clear his intentions are to talk about the current drama. Mally is not very receptive.
So I'm just gonna read the DMs because Xylee taught me that. Yep, both Peaches and Lio and others who you more than likely don't know. And Mally says, I'll ask them why they don't give the go-ahead then. I really don't think talking your video with them makes sense because it's your video, but then maybe they'll have something to say about why they thought it was fine. Well, if you would like to talk it out in VC with me and them, we can. I don't articulate myself well over text. Then Mally says, I'm still in transit at the moment. Haven't gotten to the Airbnb yet, but maybe once we're settled, although I'm not sure, there'll be time for VC stuff during VidCon. Then Just a Robot says, we could talk in person at VidCon, just me and you over drinks. Yikes. Maybe you could come to the hotel room with me, LOL JK. Like, bro, nobody's going to your fucking hotel room with you. And also, nobody's fucking having drinks with you, dude. Then Mally says, no way. Like, oh, Mally's like, no way, dude. No way. Mally says, no way. I'm not going to spend VidCon time on that sort of thing. I want to focus on holiday stuff. Then Just a Robot says, did you see the last message? Then Mally says, sent it the same time as my message, LOL, but also XD, still no way. So like she's reinforcing it and still saying no way. Like she's still like shutting it down. Like it's a clear, obvious no way. Twice. No way. And like if this were me, guys, if this were fucking me, if this were me, boyfriend and I, if I had DMs with Just a Robot and I was at VidCon and I'm on a trip by myself, right? Or boyfriend's with me and I'm getting DMs from Just a Robot and he's asking, you at VidCon, just me and you over drinks. All it would take is that sentence right there. And I would tell boyfriend. That's all it would fucking take. All it would take. I would immediately turn to boyfriend and be like, honey, let me tell you what's going on. This person is DMing me and he is asking me to meet him for drinks. Boyfriend would be like, okay, let's meet him for drinks. And then I'd be like, okay. Then I would tell Just a Robot, whoever the fuck is messaging me, and say, okay, me and my boyfriend will meet for drinks. Me and my boyfriend will meet for drinks. And then that would shut it down. And then if that did not shut it down and that person is dumb enough to meet me and my boyfriend for drinks, boyfriend would then turn and be like, what the fuck are you doing asking my girlfriend for drinks? Are you dumb? Are you trying to get punched in the face, buddy? Because I can punch you in the face, buddy. I feel bad for Mallyware because she says, but still also XD, still no way. She's telling him twice, no way. And let's see if he gets it. Fuck. He says, fuck. All in caps. Fuck. Man. God damn it. I almost got vagina. Almost got the Mally vagina. Just like, dude, like, you are so messed up in the head, Jar. You are so fucked. You are so fucked in the head. What is wrong with you? Well, I would still like to meet you. Yikes, dude. Like, yikes. Dude, like, do you have any like freaking decency? Do you have any dignity, buddy? I do hold your opinion as high as Peaches and Lyos. Yikes. But they still do not like Spoctor. Oh my God. Oh my God. That didn't age well at all. So they might have had lapse in thinking. I just haven't seen anyone. You went too hard on Spoctor until you came along. Hell, most people said I went too soft on the guy.
Receptive to that. However, when she refuses a VC, Jar makes the very sensible move of suggesting they meet up for drinks and then possibly going to his hotel room. He does phrase this as a joke, but it is incredibly sexually aggressive nonetheless. After this, a few days would pass and Jar's pleas for meeting up become even more desperate.
Okay. Then he says, want to meet up at 12 at the water fountain? Like, what is this? Bro, by this point, like, if the drinks thing happened and I told boyfriend, like, the drinks thing happened and, like, let's say the drinks thing didn't happen because then I was like, boyfriend and I, my boyfriend and I will meet you for drinks. And then he's like, oh, never mind, right? And then later on, he's like, it's 12, want to meet at the water fountain? And then I was like, yeah, boyfriend and I will meet you at the water fountain. And he's like, oh, never mind. Then, like, then it would be like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you're such a fucking weirdo, bro. That would be I would constitute like blocking. I'd be like, okay, you're getting blocked, dude. Then Mally would be like, then Mally says, I'm not at VidCon anymore, going home to rest, enjoy your day. Then Just a Robot says, I meant tomorrow. I also left. Like, what? Dude, you're fucking weird, bro. I think it closes at 9 or 10 p.m. Nah, I'm good. I got a lot to do over VidCon as is. Then Just a Robot says, all right, but what do you look like? Because the badges are so hard to read fast. So he's like scanning badges to look for her name. What a freak. What a freak. Like, he's looking at random people's badges to see if it's her. This is like stalker behavior. Like, freaky. I also can't hear everyone's voices at the same time. Oh my God, dude. Bro, he's also trying to hear people's voices to see if he can recognize her voice. Freak. Then Mally says, I don't really want to meet up. Don't want to talk about YouTube /work/drama. Don't want to talk about the video and Twitter stuff. Just vibing with my girls. Then Just a Robot says, I don't want to talk about any of that. I just want to say hello and a handshake and leave. But it was it was a really bad time for all of this drama to go down right before the con. Then Mally says, to be honest, it's not because of any of the drama. I just want to spend time with my friends and enjoying my VidCon meet and greets and stuff. I don't think the drama thing, just doing my own thing on holiday. Okay, but please, no, I won't be bitch. You were too scared to come in VC. Now, oh my God, dude. You're too scared to come in VC. Now you have nowhere to run. I got a gun. Like, bro. Oh my God, dude. Imagine honestly, Sleepyhead, he's on that level. He's getting close to that level. It's just like, stop, dude. Stop. Your shenanigans at VidCon has caused you to terrorize an entire art commentary community. I don't like art commentary folks. I don't like Lio. I don't like Peaches. There are certain people I don't like within that community, but the folks that are at VidCon, they're trying to enjoy their vacation. Cringy was in Xylee's chat the other day when she was going through this, and Cringy was talking about how they didn't want to leave their Airbnb because of just a robot, and how when they went to VidCon recently, they just chilled with themselves and went to Disney because they didn't want to run into Jar. And it's like, dude, you need to understand that your shenanigans the last few years at VidCon has caused a group of people to be scared of you. It's not just one person. It's not just two people. It is a group of people collectively. It is a general consensus of people. And I've dealt with HR concerns as a manager, and it's been HR concern with women, where it's a group of women that are concerned with a male figure in the workplace, where the male figure in the workplace is making them feel uncomfortable. But it's also it's also the other way around, where there are also female characters in the workplace that could also make a male person feel uncomfortable as well. The one particular case, and I can't go into specifics because it's an HR case, right? I don't want to get in trouble. But there was one instance where there was a group of women and one particular male individual that was making this group of women feel uncomfortable in the workplace. And it was a general consensus of people over time. And normally in HR situations, and it's over time and over a long period of time, it's not just these people are targeting me because they don't like me. It's no. When a general consensus of people are saying the same thing about you, normally it is you that has the problem. And when I see this VidCon situation, it's a group of female figures that are over it in a course of a few years. In the course of a few years, that have had instances of this one male person, of this one male person making them feel uncomfortable at this event. And it's not just guys, this isn't just a Google Doc that was posted on Twitter. This is actions on actions at a VidCon. This is the way that he treated Ponder. This is the way that he was with Mally. This is a pattern of behavior, an established pattern of behavior. It is a group of, it's a general consensus of people saying the same thing about one person. And it's established a pattern of behavior, which I don't like. And it's telling. And it's jar. You cannot be acting like this with the platform that you have. My advice to you is that you cannot act like this with the channel that you have, with the amount of subscribers that you have. And I don't know why that you thought it was the smartest way to do this. When somebody tells you no, that is no. And you should understand that. And you're going to, like, eventually, Just a Robot is going to run into somebody that is going to escalate in this situation. And it's going to be, reality is going to set in with him. And I hope that doesn't happen. I really hope that doesn't happen, because that's going to be an eye-opening experience for him. It really is. But he has to not. He really has to stop. I am imploring Jar to stop his shenanigans at VidCon moving forward. Stop contacting whoever, all the girls at VidCon. If they don't want to be contacted, they don't want to be contacted. If they just want to hang out with their friend group, they just want to hang out with their friend group. In fact, moving forward, just don't contact them at all. Just stop, cut contact. If they want to hang out with you, they will reach out to you. If you don't get reached out to, don't get your feelings hurt. Because that is your fault. 100% your fault. And the reason why it is your fault is because the shit that you pulled. The stuff that you did. These DMs that I'm looking at right now. Because Xylee said it in her stream. She would have escalated the situation. I would have escalated the situation. There have been situations in my life where guys have come up to me and they haven't taken no for an answer. And I've been more than happy to escalate in every single situation. I've been more than happy to say no. I've been more than happy to be the bitch. No one needs to know. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I've been more than happy to be the bitch. I will do it. If you can't take no for an answer, I will show you what no means. And you won't like it. And it's awkward. It's definitely awkward as a woman. It's for sure awkward because you're just like, when it happens, you're just like, oh my God, is this really happening? You're just like, holy shit, is this really happening? I'm telling this person no. They're not getting the hint. I can't believe that they're not getting the hint. But you cannot be perplexed. You can't be surprised. You have to like poker face it. And because if you show any kind of perplex, any kind of puzzlement, any kind of bewilderment, any kind of thing, any kind of like surprise, they're going to take it as weakness and they're going to take advantage of it. And they're going to be like, see, you want it. Look him straight in the eye and you say, I said no, motherfucker. And then when they still don't listen, kick them in the balls. And then maybe they'll listen. Maybe that's when they get it. When you hit them in the balls, oh, now you get it. Oh, okay. Oh, now what? Oh, now we're capiching. Oh, okay. Sometimes I even go like, there was like one time where like somebody came up in the parking lot. I wasn't with boyfriend. Somebody came up in the parking lot and he's like, yo, girl, where your boyfriend at? I was like, no, I'm not the friendly type. You don't want to, I'm not the friendly type. You don't want to talk to me. He's like, okay, bye, bitch. I was like, bye. And then he just walked away. I love it when they call you bitch afterwards. It's like, yeah, that tells you the type of man that they are. When you say no and they call you bitch afterwards, it's like, thank God I said no, because I know the type of person you are. I would say no anyways because I got a boyfriend. All right, let's move on. I had my rant.
At one point saying he wouldn't threaten or berate her for not getting in a VC with him. Part of the problem here is that Jar's interactions seem to be largely like this with anyone he's having drama with. In fact, Mally would receive DMs later on in October referencing this drama. Now, we'll come back to Jar's intimidation tactics and how incredibly fucking vindictive he can be in a later section, but I want to highlight here how long-running this drama was over what was essentially a single tweet.
There's no way to describe this without it sounding uncharitable. Like, people describe this as he couldn't take no for an answer, which is just what happened, but that sounds like really sexual, and that's not what it was. I don't think. But yeah, he was kind of like just hunting for us.
See, like even Mally, like I get that she's being kind of graceful and she's saying that wasn't sexual. And it's great that she's being graceful, but she's kind of just like downplaying what he was doing. Like, yes, it wasn't sexual. I get it. But he still couldn't take no for an answer. Yes, it wasn't sexual. Thank God it wasn't sexual. Thank God he wasn't dumb enough to take it to that extent, but he still could not take no for an answer. Focus on the actions, focus on his actions alone. You told him no multiple times. He couldn't take no for an answer. End of story.
At Vidcon, we did the girly thing. It's like we have the protection squad, so if someone spotted like anything Jar adjacent, they sent a group message being like, stay indoors.
Now Mally would.
Why do you need a protection squad? Like this, that is just embarrassing to even have that. Jar, like they have a protection squad against you because you're such a freaking loser. You don't know how to behave. Like, my God, dude.
Wouldn't be the only person to have some weird interactions with Jar throughout the convention. Another notable individual is Ponda. Now, Ponda was on lookout duty, and while chilling out outside, she'd find herself in a direct confrontation with Jar. I'm going to relay this to you really as simply as I can because it feels like a very convoluted story for a very small interaction. Ponda would be approached.
So this was the situation that Ponder had to talk about because Leigha opened his big mouth. And again, I apologize to Ponder for even talking about this on my live stream. I'm sorry, Ponder, for bringing this out. I did not know that this was supposed to be private and not talked about. So, sorry.
Approached by Jar, who she did not recognize. They'd have a quick conversation, during which he'd mentioned he was also a YouTuber. When she asked, "Oh, what's your channel?" he responded, "Just a robot," gripped her hand tightly, and then laughed manically while walking away. Elements of this story have for some reason been hotly debated, whether Jar recognized Ponda, whether he laughed manically, but one thing is for certain.
Okay, so my one thing is gripping the hand tightly. Just don't touch anyone. Don't like I don't do any of that. Even at work, because like I'm a manufacturing manager, I don't touch anybody at any given time, at any given day, for any given reason whatsoever. The only person I touch is family members and boyfriend. That's it. I don't touch anybody else at all. Just don't. Because it's not just the I've learned at work that it's not just touching somebody could like get you into trouble. It's somebody across the room. Like, let's say you touch someone on the wrist, right? And although you may not meant that to be sexual harassment, a person across the room could potentially perceive that as sexual harassment and could potentially like take that and allege something against you, right? And it would be like in commentary, it'd be ripped apart, right? Because it's like that's like hypersensitivity on ultra levels. But in a corporate setting, that would be taken seriously. That would be like definitely taken seriously. It's two different worlds. Just don't touch people, okay? At any given time, just don't do it. Just don't touch people. Because then you run into situations like this where it's like, although you Ponder perceives it as he grips my hand, Jar perceives it as something different. Again, focus on the action itself. The hand was gripped. There you go. Just don't touch anyone, Jar. When you don't touch anyone, the perception is removed. And then you don't have issues like these because you never touched anyone. It's so simple.
Certain. Upon hearing the name Just a Robot, Ponder exclaimed, "Oh God," and tried to pull away.
The kicker is he did it again this year. But another, I think 3.
Another 2 of our friends, yeah.
2? They told us they tried to chase them down.
No, I think they were either in like a hall or a panel beforehand. Jar spotted them, started coming towards them.
Oh wait,
they started,
I was there.
Like, running away.
Okay, good. Julie, can you?
Yeah.
Okay, so we were literally in the convention hall. We were doing some fucking like Descendants thing. It was so dumb. And we spotted him. And so Jar didn't know what I looked like. He knew what B looked like. And so I was like, B, stand in front of me so that he can't fucking see you. And we were able to go through the thing. And then we started like making our way to where we could go up to the creator level because we had a panel that we wanted to go to. So one of the people turned around and was like, oh, he's following us. And he was like really fucking close. So we just booked it for the escalator and we're like, oh my God, we're running late for the panel, like very loudly. And we just ran.
Yeah, and these are people as well, the other 2 creators that we aren't naming, that have already told Jar like to fuck off. And the thing that it's a Jarism at this point. He jumps up and down screaming about how no one is leaving him alone and everyone is like coming at him. But Jar's the only one that's like doing shit. Everyone else is like, go away. And he doesn't.
VidCon 2023 is very much just a snapshot of who Jar is, and while I would love to present to you everything I've seen and been told about Jar, I've chosen to be selective to stuff that I can in some way verify. Now I know that many of those stories are rolling out at time of recording, and I'm sure there will be many interesting tales to tell of Jar's interactions with women, but I think the most interesting thing right now is if I just show you what he has to say about it. One thing that has sort of been brushed upon, but no one's really gone in depth because I think a lot of it is behind the scenes. When FPS Diesel came in and played you the recording of the voice message that you sent to one of your artists, that became a bit of a sideline. Diesel comes in and drops a bombshell. Now, as far as I can tell, from what I've been told, every woman within the AC.
This is like, I'm sorry, but this is like so frustrating to cover. Like, it's just like, why? I've never in the time that like I've covered this whole in the time that I've covered commentary, I've never faced like a sex pest kind of situation the way that like Jar is facing it now. Like Beckett is doing like a really good job showing like what happened and showing like the allegations and showing that these allegations can be verified, right? And he's showing like the proof. And there's multiple witnesses. And it's just like, this is just crazy. Like, this is just like, oh my God. You're like, Jar is just kind of just done after this. This is just like, I would like to see you get yourself out of this situation, Jar.
CC, who you've interacted with, has a story like this. And when I spoke to Lo about it, he said, well, I wasn't aware Jar was still doing that. My understanding was that Jar had a girlfriend now and had stopped.
It truly my sense of humor. This is how I joke around, and I really should have stopped joking around like this once I got a girlfriend. This is not my attempts to hit on anyone.
Sure, it's not. It's again like I guess my view towards you isn't sort of, well, this is flirtatious. Though there's I can see where that accusation comes from. I don't want to ascribe things. What I can say is this stuff is very, very odd. I mean, the let's talk about VidCon, because I've seen DM messages from you to Mally, and I've heard the stories of you sort of trying to find the girls at VidCon, and your interactions with Ponder. I mean, do you recognize these as sort of quite abnormal things to do?
Well, at first I wanted to meet out with Mal, and the others because I've interacted with them for so long, and then Mal just was like, I don't want to see you, and I wasn't looking for them. Like, I wasn't looking for Mal or the others. Like
he is straight up lying right there. You are straight up 100% lying. Like, why are you even lying, dude? What are you doing?
I swear, first person I saw at VidCon was Harley. I think they were in a CVS pharmacy with possibly the right opinion. My roommate can confirm this for me. My roommate can. And I was just like, I don't want to interact with Harley. Like, Harley and the others are upset with me. I don't want to interact with them right now. And as for the thing at VidCon with Ponder,
do you want to give me your version of that? Because the version I've heard is you sort of approaching her and shaking her hand, telling her who you were, and then laughing manically while walking away.
Okay, yeah, I get that. So what actually happened was I sat down to eat some ice cream, and then I heard Ponder's voice, and I looked to my left, and I noticed, that person looks like Ponder. And then I read the name tag, and I was like, oh my God, this is Ponder.
So there's the verification that he reads tags and he's listening to voices. So there's the admission.
So he did it in 2023, still doing it in 2024. So pattern of behavior. Also admission. Said, oh, are you Ponder Sprocket? She gave me a sticker. I shook her hand. I said, I'm also a YouTuber. And she says, oh, who? And I said, just a robot. She yelled out, oh my God. And I immediately let go of her hand. She says I squeezed it, but I distinctly remember letting go, like just letting go immediately because I didn't want it to linger. And then I walked away. And then when I got inside, I kind of laughed about it because of her reaction.
I mean, with the messages you sent to Mally, you understand that those come across in quite. I mean, I know we're not saying flirtatious as a jokey side to it, but I mean, you did say, well, if you don't want to meet up or VC, we could meet for drinks and come to my hotel room.
And then I said, lol, JK, or something.
Sure, but that's still a very aggressively sexual thing to say, right?
Yes, I realize that. I know I need to stop this. I've been...
You know you need to stop this, but haven't stopped it, you fucking loser. This is what aggravates me. God, oh my God, I'm so, Manon. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I am so fucking mad. So mad. So mad. I'm so sick and tired of the cop-out answers. The reason why I get so mad of the cop-out answers is because when like Echo of Tragedy was doing the shit that he was doing, and Xylee talked about it briefly on her live stream, there was a guy that was playing what was it? What's the Pokemon, or who's the Pokemon with a ton of with girls' nudes in private VCs in Discord, and my public nudes were part of the group, and I received a candid, like a disingenuous apology, and it was like, I leaked your nudes to a group of people. I'm sorry. And when I got in a call with this person, I received a teary-eyed, who's that Pokemon? Thank you, Tony. When I got in a call with this person, I received a teary-eyed, I don't know why I did it, Leah. Because I asked him, my first question was, why did you do it? I don't know why I did it. You're a grown fucking adult. You're a grown adult. You're a grown fucking man. You're a grown fucking man, and you mean to fucking tell me that you don't know why? That's a cop-out answer. Just a robot. You just gave a cop-out answer. I'm sick and tired of these fucking cop-out answers. I'm sick and tired of these motherfucking cop-out answers. Not good enough. I know I need to not do this. Hey, guess what, Jar? You still do it. Let's focus on the action. It's 2023. You had those messages with Mally. VidCon 2023. You had those messages with Mally. Then you had the interaction with Ponder. Then Chuli and whoever Chuli was with they spot you. You're following them around, and then they try and brush you off and have to run away from you. You're still doing it, and you say, I know I need to stop doing it. I don't care how many fucking times you fucking say that you know you need to stop doing it. The point of the reality of the situation is, Jar, in your pea-sized little brain, is that you still do it. You still do it. Okay? You still do it. I'm tired of these cop-out answers. I'm tired of hearing, I don't know why I did it. I'm tired of hearing, I know I need to stop doing it. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. Just do it. Okay? Do I need to play the Jocko Willink motivation video for you, Jar? Do I? Do we really need to play it? I think I do. This is how dumb people are. Lies. They're lies, Jar. So when I hear you say, Jar, when I hear you say, I know I shouldn't be doing that. I know I should stop doing that. You're making excuses for yourself. Stop making excuses for yourself because you're giving yourself a cop out. You need to face reality of the situation, okay? Face reality. Let's face reality. You are making a group of girls at a YouTube event feel uncomfortable because of the shit that you're doing. Stop doing the shit that you're doing. It is that simple. That simple. Just stop. Maybe don't go to the YouTube event anymore until you know how to act. It's that simple. God damn. I'm so tired of the cop out.
Given warnings about it, it's just now finally catching up to me, but this is something that is... This is one of my biggest character flaws, and it's always been my style of humor, and I don't know how... I'm going to try to get better, but sometimes...
Even that, it's my style of humor. That ain't humor. The stuff that you did at VidCon, that is not humor. That's not humor. And you are spitting in the face of Ponder. You're spitting in the face of Mally when you sit there and say it's humor. That's not humor. That's not humor. I'm going to tell you, that's not humor.
Sometimes I think, can I even do that?
Because I mean, again, looking at even like minor players like Sunny, you posed, I believe, her to voice a mouse that would be in love with you for your videos.
No.
Okay.
And Julie and Thuman. Yes, very true, Blake.
Okay. I don't think her character was supposed to be in love with me. There was just... Okay, so... You know how... What was it? Resident Evil 4, I believe? How there was this, mouse... people were memeing that, the president's daughter was, this mouse version of herself.
Sure.
Yeah, and, as I've never played Resident Evil 4, I do not know if her and Leon get into a relationship, but the mouse was supposed to say things like, "Cheese whiz, Mr. Jar," and stuff like that, and then she told me she didn't want to do that, and I assumed it was because of the cheese whiz part, but later she explained to me that she's from Wales, and Mr. Implies a form of, authority.
Welcome back, Pudgy.
Over someone, and I had no idea about that. That's not a thing as far as I'm aware in the States. Mr. is just, what you call an adult male where I'm from.
Okay, that again clears up. And again, I know the artist in question, who you sent those voice messages to.
Who is it?
So
I made a mistake. I thought it was the one who made the thumbnail for the Cine video because I couldn't even remember. But which artist was it?
How do you not even remember who you've talked? Oh my god! Oh my god! How many people have you talked to like this? How many people? I literally wonder. Literally, I wonder.
I'm just gonna leave that anonymous if that's all right. But because from my perspective, this didn't come as a, I'd heard some of these stories beforehand of sort of odd interactions.
And Jar, I know that when that little voice clip went out, when FPS Diesel went out, I know you went behind the scenes accusing people. You even, after that Chud Logic live stream, you went behind the scenes that worked for you, 2 people that worked for you, and you went around accusing people of playing that clip. So I literally wonder who you have done this to.
So it seems like, you know, if it's...
I wonder who you've done this to and how many people you've done this to. I'm literally questioning those things.
If it's like done amongst close friends, you can kind of go, that's understandable, but this seems to be just your interactions generally are quite odd.
Yeah.
Overall,
yeah.
you know.
No, I want to make this clear. I'm not using this as an excuse, but just as an explanation. I'm not saying this completely means what I'm doing is okay. But not only do I have autism and dyslexia, so the communication between people, especially through text, is horrible. But on top of that, I was pretty much homeschooled all my life, so I didn't really get to interact with people. And I've actually lost jobs because of this, making jokes like this. Sometimes,
if you have lost jobs because you have made jokes like this, losing the job should be the reality of the situation for you. Losing the first job should be the eye-opening reality, okay? The fact that you've lost multiple jobs to jokes like this is just insane. The first job should be the eye-opener, and that should tell you that you probably, moving forward, you shouldn't make jokes like that in the workplace. Okay? But you're not going to learn your lesson, and you're just going to keep making jokes like that, and you're going to keep losing jobs. So, whatever.
And after a while, I started avoiding female coworkers, and then I started avoiding coworkers altogether because I was just like, what's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? And plenty of people have explained it to me, and now it's hitting me harder than ever. And I'm going to try to work on myself, but I'm nervous that I'll never get better.
It's kind of interesting because you made the allusion to Coyote, and I was thinking the same thing. I mean, does it occur to you that this is more or less, you know, it didn't get to go as far, but this is more or less a Coyote Lovely situation?
I understand why people get that impression. The problem is I talk to everyone like that. Coyote only has spoken to 2 people like that as far as I'm aware, and Coyote did things like hire an artist to make pictures of him licking Sappho's butthole, and the most I've done is, hey Cindy, want to see my cock, and send a picture of a chicken. I think it's like, and also like...
All right, so you're not facing reality here either. You had an infatuation with Grislybaer. Like, let's not fucking bullshit this, Jar. You literally had an infatuation with Grislybaer. Come on, dude. You're Coyote Lovely.